I've come across this guy a few weeks ago. I hadn't had a chance to do a video, but there's some things that I want to point out on this guy. Obviously, you can see the colour of him. Look at colour of his ear. Look at colour of his cheek. This looks like someone's been beaten black and blue, you know, and bruising's coming out. And his head, you know what I'm saying? It's just not it's just not real. Don't sit right. Look at his hair. You can see manifestations in his hair, you know, trying to conceal it as some sort of hair stuff, whether it's gin or whatever you want to call it, tech. This doesn't happen when we get recorded. I understand that there's things, you know, manifestations can probably or possibly be on everyone depending on what sort of activities you partake in life, what sort of maybe sins you commit. But this is them, and it's not the camera. The camera picks up something our eyes can't pick up, and that is why these videos that I'm going to be putting up in future are going to be real-time videos, because I've had people saying, oh, it's people on telly, it's only those people, or it's only this. Well, I've captured all this shit on people doing everyday things, doing the jobs and things like that. So it's not just on the telly, it's all around you. And when you start putting this shit together all around you, this is when everyone loses the shit. And I've said that before. People won't admit that they've been duped. And this is it. If I'm chatting a load of bollocks, yeah, let me chat bollocks, because the bollocks that I chat, if it's really bollocks, then, you know, I'm making a fool of myself. But when you get certain reactions in comment sections and off of certain channels and out in public and things like that, you've got to ask yourself, why are you getting so frustrated and pissed off at something that's either not true or, you know, is absolute nonsense? It shouldn't bother you. Let me speak and let other people just make a fool of themselves if that's the case. But I've just got some things to point out in this video of this guy, and some other things that I want to say about what I've been posting over the last few videos. But yeah, you can see these manifestations in his face, in his, you know, the faces in his hair. You know, you can blatantly see that he has got a tint of green. The camera doesn't do that. These are state-of-the-art cameras that they're supposed to be using. Like I've said before, they can't transmit a picture or make somebody not look like a fucking alien. You know what I mean? You know, every one of them all look like oddballs. The fidgeting, twitching, eyes fizzing round screen, can't look straight forward, you know, and things like that. Moving their hands out of the way, clutching and touching. And I've proved it that it's not just these folk on telly, and it's those all around you, or not all of them, but some of the Decepticons all around you. And what we're living in, this is my sort of thing, is the real Itchy and Scratchy show, yeah? All these motherfuckers, all itch and scratch, yeah? And let's just do a bit of research what itching and scratching means. You can do a quick Google search. Where does the word itch come from? And it says the word may be traced to Greek meaning katathias, or meaning wickedness. Now, why would something be named wickedness, a scratch, when we're all supposed to get an itch and a scratch? That's very, very suspicious. And let me just carry on. A restless, usually constant, often compulsive desire. Why would a scratch be called that? You know, an often compulsive desire. You know what I mean? Are they compulsively having to scratch themselves to maintain the deception or whatever it is? Because our eyes only pick up a certain band of light, and that's what it is. We're moles in this reality, and that is where it's at. Yeah? There's hybrids, there's everything. People look like animals, you know, look like pigeons, look like cockatoos, owls, dogs, you know, pretty much like, what's it called? Jupiter Ascending, along that sort of lines. You know, there's people all about us. But it's all these people with bendy thumbs, hiding the thumbs out of you. it is those people, like I say, these simpletons that you see about, yeah, that you go, oh, look at him, you know, there's something about them, you know, we've been conditioned that we've got to trust everybody, and everybody's your friend, and they're not. The Decepticons keeping an eye on you, and they know who knows what and who don't know what, yeah? And it's proved when you go out in public, yeah? You can spot this shit in public. You know, it's in the hands, it's in the teeth, it's, you know, and it's in the demeanour and the way they move the hands about. That is what it is. The real Itchy and Scratchy show. A game of cat and mouse trying to spot these Decepticons around you. Yeah? I do believe there's real humans that are just nasty people and born, you know, but most of the things that they try to push on us, I do believe, is these people, you know. These videos that you go watching these people auditing, yeah, some of them are these people that I'm pointing out, and you wonder why they managed to go around, record these people and antagonise them, yeah, knowing full well that they don't want to be filmed because you know why, yeah. And when I go and spot this stuff in the videos, you know, it is real time. I haven't recorded it. This is already out there. The camera doesn't lie. The camera picks up something our eyes pick up. The reason why these people in public don't want you going out and recording them, it's not for data protection. It's because you can go home, look at that footage, slow it down, zoom in, and things like that. And when you start being able to do that, you spot all this shit, yeah? They know full well that the camera exposes them, yeah? That's why they want to keep us all in check, in his box. You can't do this, you're not allowed to do that, and what have you. That's what it is. All these tyrants that are trying to tell you to do this and do that, you can't go there, you can't do this, when they know full well you can. It's the telling you not to do it because you know, they know that they're gonna see through the bullshit, fake, whatever they've got over them, that you can see through it. And this is what the camera does. The camera does that, and they know it. And I'm proving it through the videos that I'm showing, yeah? I'm not just saying it's this or that, it's just a process of elimination and nothing else. You know, you think of every excuse you can think of possibly to rationalise it. There's only so many times that you can use that before it just loses steam, basically, and just has no meaning, because they're not all the same. But these people want to tell you what they're telling you, and it's correct. And if you don't buy into what they're telling you, then you're wrong. You know, your bullshit doesn't trump my bullshit, and vice versa. Like I said, let people talk the bullshit, because if it is bullshit, they'll just make a fool of themselves in the end, and that is just how it is. But you can spot these things out in public very, very easy, you know, and you don't even need a camera, yeah? Most of the time you can see it in the hands, the eyes, and the mouth, yeah? But the hands especially. You've got to look at the fingers. When you see people with overly long fingers, like spider fingers for the size of the body, women with big hands that look like stick insect fingers, look at the way the colour is distributed through the hand. Look at where the bend occurs on the fingers and thumbs, whereabouts it occurs. Just like in that video I've showed you other day with the lady in public with a bent hand. You can see that without the camera, because you know that they're touching it. And if you look at them touching it, you can see these things. You look at people when they're scrolling the phone in public. Watch how the little fingers go move about, and you know, you can see it. It is there. It looks weird, but because you're seeing a finger, you just think, oh, it's just a finger. But when you start looking at this and paying attention to what your hands really do and really do in those situations, you'll start to see that these unnatural movements of these people, it's not human movement, and that's what it is, you know. you can see, the best way to see on the hands is you look, you know, look for at the bottom of the fingers where the nails are. You'll see like lumps and bumps down, you know, round that part. And I'm going to put some videos out showing this. You know what I'm saying? You can see when people hold the phones or hold an object or when they're typing, look at the fingers and what they're doing, and you'll start to actually see that some of that stuff, the way the fingers are moving, it isn't normal. Yeah? And when these people are looking at you and the eyes are fizzing all over, they can't look at you. You know what I mean? Because they know you know some of these people. You know, they're complete and utterly blank you because they just can't look at you. Some of them will. Some of them will be nice to you. And some of them will just, you know, they'll just try and get rid of you as fast as you can, because you can't be in the presence when you know this stuff, and they know it. They know full well that you know it. Yeah? And I see in comment section of my videos and other videos, yeah, giving these bullshit things, trying to lead people down a sidetrack, yeah, and that's what you're doing. You're giving them half of the pie, or a piece of the pie. But what I'm doing is I'm saying, no, I don't want your pie. I'm going to take that ingredient that you've got there, that ingredient there, because that one's that you're giving me there's poison, that one's poison. I'm going to have that one, and I'm going to make my own fucking pie, yeah, that's not poisoned. And, you know, of what I'm seeing now, yeah, this is what it is. You know, people look like people, but aren't people, yeah? You wonder how all these behaviours, these nasty fuckers all over, you know, it's these people trying to tell us that it's normal human people, that it's us when it's not, and it's them.